Hey there, Treasure fans, your pal Big D back here again with another weekly news announcement. And this is for October 22nd, 2019. That is right. We are now in the, third week of October? This month is flying by. So those of you new to my channel, what I like to do is every Monday I have to post this video. I talk about what's coming out on Blu-ray and DVD for the current week, next week, anything that was majorly announced. And then usually at the end, I'll show you what I picked up new release-wise next week. The first thing you're probably going to say is you look a little different today. You are correct. I finally did get rid of all this. It needed to go. So it is what it is. Hopefully it doesn't throw you off too much. But yeah, let's get started. So tomorrow we got a decent sized release day. Not a whole lot of big stuff coming out. Charlie's Angels is being released in 4K tomorrow. That is the Charlie's Angels from, I want to say about 10 years ago with Lucy Liu and Drew Barrymore. That one comes out tomorrow in 4K finally, and it's going to be available on a 4K Steelbook by Best Buy. Also, apparently they're re-releasing Charlie's Angels Full Throttle Blu-ray only tomorrow. And you should be able to find those pretty much anywhere. I don't think it's going to be that much of a hard time, except for the Steelbook, obviously, they go to Best Buy for. Also tomorrow, they're releasing the Daniel Craig James Bond Collection Edition, all in 4K. So we're looking at Spectre, Quantum of Solace, Skyfall, and Casino Royale will all be released in a box set. And it's actually really cheap, too. It's only $40 for the box set, which is literally $10 per 4K, which is really unheard of. Usually, it's very rare to find a new 4K coming out, even if it's an old catalog title. Like recently, thinking Karate Kid when it came was $20, and that's a way old title. So, really surprised. $40 for 4 movies is a pretty good deal, and you should be able to find that anywhere tomorrow. But the pricing I found was at Best Buy. Also tomorrow, the big title coming out tomorrow has to be The Lion King, the live-action version, Disney's Lion King. That's coming out on Blu-ray, DVD, 4K. There's a Steelbook by Best Buy, and there is a Digibook by Target. I don't know what Walmart's going to have, but you should be able to find this movie anywhere tomorrow. Also tomorrow, we have Parasite 3D coming out by Kino Lorber. And they're also releasing Trilogy of Terror Part 2. We also have a Target exclusive. Well, it's coming out tomorrow everywhere, but there's a Target exclusive for it. So Wonder Woman Bloodlines, which is the new animated DC movie, it's coming out tomorrow. It's coming out in DVD, Blu-ray, and 4K. Target does have an exclusive Steelbook though, like they usually do with their DC titles. So look out for that tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Veronica Mars. They call it season 1. It's technically season 4 comes out tomorrow. I know most places are only carrying the DVD, and funny thing is, I actually reserved on Amazon the Blu-ray, and it still hasn't shipped yet. It comes out tomorrow, so I'm a little bit wonky about that. I heard there's some issue possibly with the Blu-ray. I don't know, but that does come out tomorrow. Also, Satanic Panic comes out tomorrow, a movie with Jerry O'Connell, if you might know from Sliders fame, which looks actually really interesting. I did pick it up. It won't be here till the end of the week. Thanks, Amazon, but I did get that. Also, a movie called Bloodlines coming out tomorrow with Sean William Scott. I have no idea, and it doesn't look like a comedy, so it should be interesting. Then the movie called Strange But True is coming out tomorrow. And then the last thing is Warner Archives is releasing the movie Don't Be Afraid of the Dark. So that is it for this week. Now let's discuss next week. Next week's going to be a little bit trickier for me, just because there's some really good catalog titles coming out in 4K. So next week, one of the big releases for next week is Shout Factor is releasing the Godzilla Showcase era. So all the films from 1954 through 75 in a really beautiful looking box. It looks really, really cool. I do want to get it. Probably will hold off on that until some sort of sale. But it looks really cool. Also next week, Arrow Video is releasing an American Werewolf in London special edition. And they're releasing Ringu, the original Ring, Japanese version of the Ring. I don't know if you know that, but the Ring came out, it was late 90s, but it was actually a remake of a Japanese movie called Ringu. So I think that's how you pronounce it. So that'll be out next week. Also, Shout Factor is releasing, and now I've seen the specs for it. I really want it. Shout Factor is releasing The Blob. Not the original Blob from the 50s, but the remake done in the 80s with Shaughnessy Smith, I think his name is, and Kevin Dillon. Big fan of this movie. Ever since I was a kid, a big fan of the movie, but I've seen the content they're putting on this disc. It is out of control. It's a new 4K scan. It had a laundry list of new features that never been available before. They added some elements back in that were taken out of like DVD releases. Really excited about that. I really want to get that. Only going to be available on Shout Factor or Amazon, so I have to figure that one out. I'll have to do something extra special for my wife so I can get that one. Also next week, we have Wizard of Oz coming out in 4K for the first time. I imagine it's going to look unbelievably beautiful. There's also going to be an exclusive Best Buy Steelbook for that one as well. Also next week, another catalog 4K that I'm definitely going to get is It's a Wonderful Life. I am seriously looking forward to this movie. This is the first catalog title, at least that I know of, movie made pre-1940, was still in black and white, being released on 4K. I know they did a couple, like Schindler's List was released in 4K, but that was filmed more modern film with using a black and white camera. This was actually filmed for black and white back in the, what is it, 20s or 30s. Really curious to see how this comes out. I'm a big fan of the movie. It's probably it's one of my top 3 movies I watch every Christmas, so I definitely will be picking that up. Also, Blue Underground, who, by the way, puts out some amazing stuff, is going to be releasing Two Evil Eyes, which is a movie. It's two shorts inside one movie. One mini movie done by Dario Argento, and the other one done by George Romero. Rest in peace. Really looking forward to that. Never seen it before, but I've heard really great things. And Blue Underground does some amazing stuff with the thing. Matter of fact, hold on a second. I'll show you one of my other Blue Underground movies here. In honor of Halloween, I will show you this one, which is Zombie. So Blue Underground does this stuff. First off, this is a lenticular cover, so you can see it when it goes back and forth. But then they do these really cool 3-disc editions. This edition here, man. So you pop it open. Obviously, it's got the reversible covers like Shout Factory does. But when you pop it open, I mean, look, it's got 2 discs here. And then underneath all the other stuff, a 3rd disc. But this is the CD soundtrack. These are amazing looking titles. I mean, Blue Underground does some amazing stuff. I mean, they give you a full, and not like a little one-page thing, linear notes, something like that. They give you a full-on booklet of everything about the movie. It's just completely awesome. And I have the they've done it with a few titles so far. So they did Zombie, which is this one. I have Maniac. I do have New York Ripper. And I'll be talking to you about another one they've announced that's coming out in January. But these are really super cool, so I'm super excited about that. I love them together. I mean, they really make a great presentation. I actually don't even file these like this. I actually have them displayed like this because it just looks so cool. So, my cat. That's actually coming out next week. Also, next week, Red Heat, the Schwarzenegger Belushi classic, comes out in 4K. We also have, Charlie's Angels, the complete series, coming out next week. Now, this is the original 70s TV show. It's a complete series next week. Also, we have, my wife seemed to really like this show. We got, last week Crawl came out, and if you bought Crawl, you got 3 months of Shudder for free, the streaming service. So, of course, we upped the Shudder. We wanted to check it out, and so she started watching Discovery of Witches and really enjoyed it. Season 1 will be coming out next week on Blu-ray. Also, we have Batman Beyond. It's the Batman Beyond Blu-ray Limited Edition Collector Series edition coming out next week. Then we have, our friends over at Vinegar Syndrome are releasing a box set called Amityville, The Cursed Collection, and that will have not the original 3 Amityville movies. These are other movies that were made later on. So Amityville, The Escape, Amityville, It's About Time, Amityville, A New Generation, and Amityville Dollhouse will all be in this set. Vinegar Syndrome does some really good stuff too. They really put a lot of time and effort into that. So looking forward to that as well. And then the last movie coming out next week is a movie called It's About Time. I don't know about that one, but I wanted to make sure I mentioned it to you guys. So that is it for what's coming out this week and next week. I can tell you this for sure. I'm going to be picking up Lion King this week and Veronica Mars for my wife. I'm going to get Satanic Panic. I will get Parasite 3D because I got those both on order. And then Wonder Woman, of course, because I collect all the DC Steelbooks. Next week, obviously, I really want to get the Blob. I'm not too sure about it right now. Maybe get down the road, but definitely getting Wizard of Oz and It's a Wonderful Life, and obviously the Blue Underground title, Two Evil Eyes. Now, let's talk about what was announced. Now, there wasn't hardly anything announced this last week. I was really kind of surprised, but one thing was announced this morning, and I want to make sure I share it with you. So the big announcement is Universal Studios has said since next year is the 35th anniversary of this series, they're releasing a 4K box set of Back to the Future. This is true. They don't have a tentative date yet for this year, for next year, but they are releasing an entire all 3 movies, 4K editions, in a really cool box set. I would imagine they'll be released separately as well, but that is coming out next year because it is the 35th anniversary of Back to the Future, which, wow, 35 years. Holy cow. Pardon me for a second. Hey, stop. My cat. So that's the big news. The other things are coming out this week. The other major announcement for me is I just talked to you guys about Maniac and zombie. The next Blue Underground release in this series they've been doing is a movie by Felucci, which is The House by the Cemetery. Another really cool thing. It's going to have a really cool antique hardcover in the front, Blu-ray, DVD, and there's a CD soundtrack in it. It's going to be absolutely amazing. That will be out on the 21st of January. Yeah, I'll be pre-ordering that. Also, Warner Archives announced Teen Titans, the complete series on Blu-ray. That will be out in November, sometime in November. Severin Films has announced The Perils of Gwendolyn in the Land of the Yik Yak, and I believe it's just called Gwendolyn Overseas. It's a movie with Tawny Katane. It's a really cheesy movie. My dad really liked it. He just liked the term Yik Yak. But it's a really cheesy movie from the 80s, and that will be out, I believe, on the 19th of November. And the last time, I think I mentioned this to you before, but got confirmation, Star Trek Discovery Season 2 will be on the 12th of November. There's an amazingly looking, boy, I can really speak, can't I? There's a really cool looking steelbook coming out for that one, so they are doing the steelbook again like they did with Season 1. Best Buy exclusive. I will, of course, get that. So, but that's it. They didn't announce anything else. I mean, I'm serious. Nothing else was announced. It was a really dry week. Don't know why. It's getting a little closer to Christmas, so maybe that's the reason why they're pulling back. But that's it. That's what's coming out this week, next week, and what was announced. Now let's get into what I picked up last week. So what I picked up last week, the first thing I did pick up is I did get Hellraiser 4K Steelbook. I told you I was going to get it. I got it. I had to get this. I have all 3 Hellraiser movies in Steelbook now, and actually, do I have them all in 4K? Yeah, I do have them all in 4K. And that includes this movie, its sequel, and the remake. So pretty cool, though. I love the front. You got the back. There's nothing on the inside. It's just a red thing on the inside, but pretty cool. I'm pretty stoked on that. Also, new release-wise, I picked up... I really hemmed and hawed on this. I wasn't sure what version of 3 from Hell I wanted to get. And actually what made up my mind was I went into Best Buy to pick it up, and they were out. So I stumbled into Walmart, which is just down the street from where I was at, and I walked in, and they had the T-shirt edition, so I picked up the T-shirt edition. Why did I go with this instead of the 4K? Because this one has the rated and unrated version in it. The 4K is only unrated. Now, most people would say, why would you want the rated? I'm a completionist. I like to have both versions of the movie because I will go back and I'll watch both versions to see what they did omit from the movie to go from R to unrated. So I like stuff like that. I like to be able to sit down and watch that kind of stuff. So this made more sense to me. And besides, I can't imagine there's not much of an upgrade on a movie like that, like this, for 4K. So everything I've read about it so far just says, you're better going with the DVD. So I went with the Blu-ray and the DVD combo. But this actually comes with a shirt that actually says Disco Sucks. So I thought that was pretty cool. And you know, I'll probably never use the shirt, but it's cool to have. And it was the same price if I just bought it regular anyway. So I got that. Next, I did pick up Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans Teen Titans. Of course I got this. It's DC animated. Of course I got it. So I'm really looking forward to watching this. I do like Teen Titans. By the way, if you've not seen the DC show Titans, the live action, man, you're really missing something. That show is awesome. Maybe I'll do a recap when season 2 is over. Anyway, so this is pretty cool. Looking forward to it. And then, of course, I mentioned this earlier. I did pick up Crawl. I took the little stupid sticker off there. I don't like stickers on the front of these things. It drives me nuts. I want to be very... So I took the sticker off. But pretty stoked on this. I really like this movie. This movie was absolutely awesome. I saw it in theaters. I'm a big fan of Barry Pepper. Barry Pepper, of course, is in this movie. So really stoked. I'm so glad to own this movie. So there you go. And the last new release I picked up, and some of you should guess this because, well, it's me. And I did pick up Devil's Revenge with who? My man, William Shatner. That's right. Don't care. Give me a look if you want. Big fan. Have been since I was a little kid. Got to meet him. He was really cool when I got to meet him. Got to take his picture. You should have seen it. When I actually got to meet him, I was standing in the line getting ready for them to call me up, let me go in and introduce myself and sit down and talk to him for a minute. I was shaking so bad. My wife was just teasing me. She was laughing at me. She was laughing. She thought it was so funny how I was like a kid just before Christmas. I couldn't handle it. I was shaking. I was all nervous. You'd think I was meeting the Pope or something. I was so nervous, maybe to meet him. And she used to just tease me, having a good old time. So that was the funniest thing in the world. Odd enough, when I met him was the weekend I got married. So it was a pretty big weekend for me. And so a few years later, she's a big fan of Katie Sackhoff. Now, I don't know if you know Katie Sackhoff is. She was in Battlestar Galactica. She played Starbuck in the remake of Battlestar Galactica. She's been in she was in The Bionic Woman season 1 when they redid that TV show. She's been in a bunch of other stuff too. My wife's a big fan of hers, and we got to meet her a few years ago, and she acted the same way. So vengeance was mine. Anyways, I haven't seen this movie. I have no idea about it. My understanding is he's not in the movie a whole lot. Don't care. Jerry Ryan from Voyager's in it. It still looks cheesy, and for some reason, when you pop this open, not only do they give you the Blu-ray, they give you the CD soundtrack. I don't know. Whatever, but here it is. I got it. I love it. Now, one other thing I did pick up this weekend, it wasn't a new release, but one of my viewers here had mentioned that he saw that Walmart has an exclusive steelbook for John Wick 3. Now, I wasn't too sure about that. He was like, really? Because I remember Target had one, and I remember Best Buy had one. But sure enough, Walmart does have their own steelbook now for John Wick 3. Apparently, Walmart's released a bunch of new steelbooks. I didn't see that when I was at Walmart last week, but I did pick this one up. Children of the Corn. Go figure. I was like, all right. So I picked it up. I'm a big fan of this movie. Matter of fact, I do have to show you this one. So in the inside here, which I think is really cool, is it's pretty much, the inside's pretty much red. But if you look really close, if I can do this here, you look really closely, you can see kids with their little eyeballs through the woods there, through the corn. I thought that was really cool. I mean, there's not much in the back. I kind of mirror this in the back with this, but I thought that was pretty cool. I was pretty stoked on that. So I did pick this up. It was pretty cheap. I think it was like 14 bucks or something. I've always been a big fan of this movie. I've always really liked that. Linda Hamilton, of course. I've always been a big fan of her, Terminator, you know. But I saw this, and then also, and they didn't have it there, there's apparently a Tremors steelbook box set out there now at Walmart that has all the current Tremors movies. I do believe there's one they're working on right now, but it has all the current Tremors movies. I want that one, but I cannot find that. My Walmart right here did not get that one. And I do believe there's a couple other steelbooks. I know there was a Pulp Fiction one that I saw, and there was one other one I wish I could remember right now. But it looks like Walmart's got some new steelbooks in to add to their steelbook collection. So if you're a fan like I am of steelbooks, you may want to go down and check those out, because it looks like they have quite a few new ones down there anyways. And if you see the Tremors one, please let me know. I really want to get it. So I'm a big fan of Tremors. I remember we watched Tremors the other night. I mean, I love that movie. I've probably seen it 20, 30 times easily. I can quote the whole movie. I mean, big fan. I actually remember my dad, when I was a kid, we went to the drive-in, and because he wanted to watch, because when he saw the preview for it, it looked like an old 50s style horror movie, you know, with the creature features. So he took me to go see it, and I remember just that whole night just laughing and laughing and laughing. We had such a great time, and so that movie really holds a special place in my heart. So, yeah, if you see it, please let me know. But that is it for the video. Sorry I went a little bit longer this time. There's a few more things I want to talk about, but that is it. Please leave me some comments down below if about any of the movies that I've mentioned. Are you picking up any of these movies this week, or anything you're interested in? What do you think of my pickups? Also, click the like button if you enjoyed the video. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos by me, Big D Beardless. Click the little the bell up there to know if when I put new videos out. Thank you guys all again for watching. Be on the lookout for this week. I'm going to do my review of Zombieland Double Tap. I did see that this weekend. And I'll also be doing my horror movie recap. So towards the end of the week, looking for a video where I picked, there's certain horror movies I watch every year in the month of October in honor of Halloween. So I'm going to kind of talk about those movies later on this week and show you what kind of my favorite Halloween movies are. So that is it. Thank you guys all for watching. Everybody take care out there. You guys all rock. Please share this video if possible. Always keep hunting, because you never know what you're going to find. And as always, live long and prosper. Bye.